Have you ever wondered why, as we grow older, intimacy seems harder to reach, not just with others, but within our own bodies? It's not that love disappears or desire fades. It's something deeper, a slowing down inside, less responsiveness, dulled sensations, and a subtle but painful sense of disconnect. I'm Dr. Raven Mehta, a urologist and longevity health expert with over 60 years of experience studying the connection between circulation, vitality, and emotional closeness in people over 60. And today, I want to share something rarely talked about. The problem isn't just aging, it's poor blood flow. When circulation declines, a process that happens quietly over time, it doesn't just affect your body. It drains your energy, dims your mood, and weakens your emotional bond with those you love. Intimacy doesn't fade because you've gotten older. It fades because your body no longer has the nutrients and oxygen flow it needs to feel alive. And here's the exciting part. Certain natural fruits, when used the right way, can gently restore circulation, reawaken physical sensitivity, and even rekindle emotional closeness. No pills, no quick fixes, just real food, at the right time, working with your body's natural rhythms. In this video, I'll reveal 5 powerful fruit combinations that could shift how you feel, love, and live well after 60. If you're looking for realistic senior health tips, this is your moment to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you're ready to discover the very first fruit duo, something that may seem ordinary but could transform everything, then stay with me. Pomegranate and watermelon. Nature's circulation enhances. Let me ask you something personal. Have you ever felt like your body still wants to respond, still yearns for closeness, but somehow it doesn't follow through? This isn't about lack of desire. As I shared earlier, the heart still longs, the spirit still remembers, but without healthy circulation, even the most powerful emotions struggle to translate into physical connection. That's where too often overlooked fruits, pomegranate and watermelon, begin to work their quiet magic. When I first mentioned this natural approach to my older patients, I was often met with raised eyebrows. Dr. Mehta, they'd ask, are you saying fruit can do what medications can't? And my response, time and again, is this: nature doesn't compete with your body, it partners with it, especially when it comes to restoring blood flow and revitalizing intimacy in later life. Let's begin with pomegranate. For centuries, it has symbolized vitality, fertility, and passion, but modern science now explains why. Rich in antioxidants, pomegranate has been shown to naturally boost nitric oxide production by up to 30%. Nitric oxide is like a green light. For your blood vessels, it signals them to relax and open, improving blood flow to areas essential for intimacy and physical responsiveness. The result, not just better circulation, but the reawakening of sensations that once felt lost. Now consider watermelon. Sweet, refreshing, and widely underestimated. While it's long been a summer favorite, few realize it contains a powerful amino acid that converts into arginine, a key building block for nitric oxide. Unlike pills that attempt to force change overnight, watermelon supports the body's natural rhythm, encouraging relaxed, open vessels with no harsh side effects or synthetic ingredients. The improvement may feel subtle at first, but over time, it can restore the body's natural flow and physical confidence. Together, pomegranate and watermelon form what I call a circulatory symphony. One initiates nitric oxide production, the other sustains it. It's not just about physical outcomes, it's about reigniting a sense of aliveness and connection from the inside out. And here's the beauty of it. This isn't a complicated protocol. You're not being asked to overhaul your life. You can start simply half a cup of pomegranate seeds with breakfast, or a slice of chilled watermelon in the afternoon. Consistency, not perfection, is what matters. If you're struggling with sluggish energy, reduced intimacy, or emotional distance that seems to have crept in with age, look first to your circulation. Because when blood flows, life follows, and sometimes the first step to restoring that flow is already sitting in your kitchen. Stay with me, because next we'll explore 2 more fruits that work in harmony to protect your vascular health and revive the connection between your body, your partner, and your sense of self. Blueberries and strawberries, the tiny berries that protect what matters most. Let me ask you something many are too shy to voice. What if your body's lack of responsiveness isn't a matter of fading desire, but fading circulation and deeper still, weakened blood vessels that have lost their vitality? In the last section, we explored how pomegranate and watermelon could reignite blood flow. But what if the key isn't just boosting nitric oxides, also repairing the very vessels that carry it? To do that, we turn to 2 small but mighty allies, blueberries and strawberries. And trust me, their impact goes far beyond being a healthy snack. When I sit across from patients in their 60s, 70s and beyond, I often hear the same quiet frustration. Doctor, the desire is still there, but my body just doesn't react the way it used to. That silent erosion of intimacy, the sense that something precious is slipping away can weigh heavily on the spirit. And yet, nature has gifted us tools that speak directly to this issue. Blueberries and strawberries are 2 of them. Let's start with blueberries. Often labeled as a superfood, they've truly earned the title. Their dark color comes from anthocyanins, powerful plant compounds that help preserve and protect the endothelium, the inner lining of your blood vessels. This lining is crucial. It determines how flexible your arteries are, how well they expand, and how efficiently they deliver oxygen-rich blood, not just to your heart or brain, but to every part of you that contributes to emotional and physical intimacy. When the endothelium breaks down, circulation becomes sluggish, and that spark of connection often fades with it. Now consider strawberries. These vibrant red berries are rich in vitamin C and ellagic acid, both of which support collagen production, a critical component of vascular health. As we age, collagen levels drop, blood vessels lose elasticity. The result, poorer blood flow and a muted ability to feel, touch, warmth, and connection. But strawberries help counteract that decline, nourishing your body in ways that restore not only sensation, but emotional presence. The beauty of these berries isn't just in what they give, but in how they protect. Together, blueberries and strawberries work as a natural anti-inflammatory team. They shield your vascular system from oxidative stress and micro damage that builds up with age, ensuring blood can move freely to where it matters most. I've seen patients rediscover a depth of intimacy they thought was gone forever with something as simple as a daily handful of berries. And here's something you can do. Today, add half a cup of fresh or frozen blueberries to your oatmeal or yogurt in the morning. Enjoy 5 or 6 strawberries as an afternoon pick-me-up. You don't need perfection. You just need presence and a little consistency. Because when you nourish your blood vessels, you're not just improving circulation, you're rebuilding your connection to joy, to your partner, and to yourself. Stay with me, because next, we'll uncover 2 more fruits that act as emotional anchors and metabolic boosters in the second half of life. Kiwi and red grapes, the silent healers of blood pressure and connection web. talked about reigniting blood flow, then protecting the vessels that carry it. But what if you could go one step further, not just protect your circulation, but repair it? Not just support blood flow, but revive the intimacy and energy you once felt slipping away. Sometimes the most powerful shifts come not with fanfare, but with quiet, steady healing. They don't scream for attention. They simply restore what you thought was lost. That's exactly how I see kiwi and red grapes, humble in appearance, yet profoundly powerful in helping older adults feel more alive, more emotionally present, and more at ease in their own bodies. One of the greatest threats to intimacy after 60 isn't emotional distance, it's high blood pressure. It silently stiffens your arteries, restricts circulation, and blunts physical sensation. Many patients don't realize the dullness they feel, both emotionally and physically, is often the result of this unseen pressure tightening from within. And so, I often suggest something simple. Start your morning with 1 or 2 kiwis. Research from the University of Oslo reveals that consuming just 2 to 3 kiwis daily can lead to a significant reduction in blood pressure. These vibrant green fruits are loaded with vitamin C, potassium, and natural antioxidants, all of which help relax blood vessels and allow blood to flow more freely and rhythmically. But this isn't just about heart health, it's about reconnecting with your body and reawakening the responsiveness that makes closeness possible again. Now, let's turn to red grapes. Sweet, convenient, and often underestimated. They contain one of nature's most powerful anti-aging compounds, resveratrol. This polyphenol does more than protect, it helps restore. It reduces inflammation, counters oxidative stress, and even stimulates endothelial stem cells, the very cells that help rebuild the inner lining of your blood vessels. Imagine that, your body, quietly repairing itself from the inside out. And when your arteries become more flexible, blood doesn't just move, it arrives. It nourishes your hands, your feet, and yes, the areas of your body that remember touch, warmth, and connection. Resveratrol, when consumed regularly, has even been linked to improved vascular elasticity and cognitive sharpness, two essential ingredients for presence and intimacy. Together, kiwi and red grapes are like quiet caretakers for your cardiovascular system. They don't shout, they don't demand, but with time and consistency, they soothe the body and reawaken emotional connection. Many older couples I work with have told me that after making these fruits part of their daily habits, something in their relationship shifted. They didn't just feel better, they felt closer, more open, more engaged. Here's something simple you can do today. Slice up a kiwi with your breakfast. Keep a small bowl of red grapes, chilled and ready to snack on. This isn't about perfection, it's about consistency and care. Stay with me, because next we'll explore the final fruit. Duo, two unexpected heroes that support not only blood flow, but the hormones and emotional energy behind lasting connection. Apples and avocados, strengthening arteries, restoring connection. By now, we've discussed how blood flow, vessel repair, and quiet daily habits can reignite the spark of vitality. But let me ask you this, what if you could go beyond repair? Actually rebuild your arteries so they function not like blood vessels worn down by age, but like ones renewed with strength and purpose. That's where today's fruit duo enters the picture. And if you've made it this far, I want to know, comment one below so I know you're still with me. Because this next part could change more than your circulation. It could change how you feel in your own skin again. Let's talk about apples and avocados. To everyday foods you've likely eaten your whole life, yet never realized how profoundly they support not just your heart, but your emotional closeness, your physical responsiveness, and your confidence after 60. Sometimes healing doesn't come from something exotic or new. Sometimes it comes from rediscovering what's been right in front of us all along. Recall a gentleman in his early 70s who came into my office, eyes full of quiet frustration. "Doctor," he said, "I still care deeply for my wife, still feel the desire, but my body doesn't seem to cooperate anymore." After a thorough conversation, I suggested a surprisingly simple change: incorporate apples and avocados into his daily routine. What happened in the weeks that followed wasn't just physical, it was emotional. His energy returned, his self returned, his sense of connection deepened. And it all started with 2 ordinary fruits used intentionally. Let's begin with apples. They contain a potent flavonoid called quercetin, which has strong anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. More importantly, quercetin directly supports the endothelial function, the smooth inner lining of your arteries. That lining determines how responsive your blood vessels are. When it's healthy, your arteries are flexible, allowing blood to flow efficiently to the brain, the heart, and to those deeply personal parts of the body that support intimacy and presence. 1 crisp apple a day doesn't just help your heart. It may unlock the responsiveness your body has been quietly craving. Then we have avocados, creamy, rich, and often mistaken for a vegetable, but technically a fruit, and a powerful one at that. Avocados are loaded with monounsaturated fats that help lower bad cholesterol and support healthy blood pressure. They're also a fantastic source of potassium, which naturally relaxes blood vessel walls and improves overall vascular tone. But there's something deeper here. Avocados nourish from the inside out. They don't just lower numbers. They support hormonal stability, sustained energy, and even cognitive clarity, allowing you to feel present and engaged not just physically, but emotionally, together. Apples and avocados form a synergistic partnership your cardiovascular system and your relationships desperately need. One protects and repairs your arteries. The other fuels and sustains them. And when your blood vessels are supple, open, and fully functioning, intimacy doesn't feel like an uphill battle. It feels like a natural extension of who you are. So, here's something you can try today. Slice a fresh apple with breakfast, or as a mid-morning snack. Mash half an avocado onto whole grain toast, or blend it into a smoothie with greens and lemon. You don't need fancy. You need intentional nourishment, the kind that restores confidence, connection, and clarity. Because in the end, feeling close to someone else begins with feeling whole in yourself. And sometimes the path back to that wholeness starts with something as simple as fruit. Mangoes and oranges, fighting fatigue, rekindling intimacy. Let me ask you one final question. What if the missing piece isn't just physical strength or better blood flow, but the energy, clarity, and emotional spark that once came effortlessly? What if you could go deeper, not just fixing function, but awakening connection from the inside out? Over the years, I've met countless people who say the same thing in slightly different ways. I don't feel like myself anymore. Not sick, not broken, just off. A lingering heaviness, low-grade fatigue, or a flickering desire that never quite ignites. And I don't blame aging. I blame something far more silent: oxidative stress, internal wear and tear that slowly dims how we move, feel, and bond. That's why I often recommend to vibrant tropical allies that feel like sunshine and act like medicine: mangoes and Oranges. Let's start with mangoes. They're more than just sweet, juicy treats. These golden fruits are loaded with beta-carotene, vitamin A, and vitamin C3 antioxidants that directly fight free radicals, the unstable molecules responsible for cellular aging. When oxidative stress builds up, arteries stiffen, energy declines, and physical sensitivity wanes. Mangoes help reverse that process. Their antioxidants nourish your endothelial lining, improving vessel flexibility and restoring responsiveness. The result, you don't just feel better, you feel awake in your own body again. Oranges, too, carry far more power than most people realize. Yes, they're rich in vitamin C, essential for collagen production, the very protein that keeps your blood vessels strong, supple, and ready to respond. But oranges also contain hesperidine, a citrus flavonoid shown to protect nitric oxide levels and promote circulation in aging adults. This matters more than you think, because good circulation doesn't just power movement, it powers sensation. It helps the heart not only beat, but feel combined. Mangoes and oranges create a biochemical environment where vitality returns. They lighten inflammation, they boost clarity, and they unlock the emotional presence that makes intimacy possible. Again. I've seen it happen older couples who started adding mango cubes to their yogurt, or sharing a fresh squeezed orange at breakfast. Within weeks, something subtle shifted. They weren't just feeling stronger, they were laughing more, touching more, remembering what made them fall in love in the first place. Here's a simple tip. Blend half a mango and 1 peeled orange into a morning smoothie, or slice them fresh and share over breakfast. You don't need to overhaul your life. Just bring attention and intention to your choices, because sometimes the doorway back to energy, intimacy, and joy isn't locked. It's simply waiting for the right nourishment. And if you've made it through all 6 of these healing fruit duos, thank you. You've just taken a meaningful step toward reclaiming your strength, connection, and confidence. And I promise you, body remembers how to come alive again. Sometimes it just needs the right invitation. Let me ask you something before we close. What happens when everything we've explored 6 powerful fruit duos? Thousands of years of healing wisdom becomes more than just knowledge. What happens when it becomes your daily rhythm? That's the part most people overlook. It's not about knowing what's good for you. It's about doing it consistently, gently, intentionally, 1 bite at a time. As we come to the end of this journey, I want to return to one truth that's guided my entire career. Your body is still listening. Even after 60, even after 70, even after decades of thinking nothing can change, your body still responds, quietly, faithfully, waiting for the right signal, the right nutrients, the right attention, the right rhythm. What we've explored together isn't just a list of fruits. It's a reconnection with what your body has always needed. Natural tools to restore circulation, strengthen your heart, and reawaken emotional closeness. We began with pomegranate and watermelon, 2 fruits that help unlock nitric oxide and open the gateway to stronger blood flow. Then we explored blueberries and strawberries, subtle guardians of your blood vessels that bring responsiveness and vibrancy back to the surface. With kiwi and red grapes, we discovered how blood pressure can be soothed and healing can begin from within. Apples and avocados reminded us that arteries can be nourished, strengthened, and supported with every bite. And finally, mangoes and oranges showed us that energy, warmth, and intimacy can be renewed not by fighting aging, but by healing what aging has quietly worn down. I've seen small steps change everything. I've seen men sit taller in my office not because of a miracle pill, but because of small shifts, fruit on the plate, commitment in the routine, and belief that life is still rich with possibility. I've seen couples hold hands again, smile again, rediscover connection over a shared breakfast. And here's the beauty. You don't need a total diet overhaul. You don't need to chase extreme solutions. You just need to start with what you already have. A slice of watermelon, a handful of berries, a ripe avocado spread gently on toast. Because this isn't just food. These are signals. They're messages to your body that say, stay open, stay soft, stay loving, stay alive. So my final advice, start small, but start today. Choose one pairing. Let it become part of your morning or your evening. Let your body remember what it's capable of. And as the days pass, let that choice ripple into how you feel, how you move, how you connect. You're not too late. Your story isn't over. You're just stepping into a new chapter, one bite at a time. So here's my invitation to you. Start small, but start with heart. Pick just one of these fruit pairs, whichever speaks to you, and let it become part of your daily rhythm. Not because you have to, but because you deserve to feel better. You deserve to feel connected. You deserve a life marked not just by age, but by clarity, strength, and the kind of intimacy that reminds you you are still whole. This chapter of life is not about what's behind you. It's about what's still ahead. And it begins with what you choose to nourish your body and your heart with today. Throughout this journey, we've explored how simple, natural fruits you can find in any grocery aisle can awaken blood flow, support emotional connection, and reignite energy. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present and intentional. One bite, one choice, one moment at a time. I'd love to hear from you. Which fruit pairing are you most excited to try? Have you already started making small changes? Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments. I read every single one. And if you found this video helpful, feel free to give it a like. If you haven't already, gently tap that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss the natural health tips we release each week. Always designed with your journey in mind. Thank you for being here, for choosing yourself, and for remembering, vitality is not behind you, it's still yours to claim. We'll see you in the next video.